Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout that I got done at the crop that I went back in October of 2021, where I brought 48 page kits, got 42 pages done, and this is page 37 out of 42. So we're getting there. It's almost done, just a few more pages. And here I have 3 photos that are they were 4x4, but I'm going to cut them down to about 3x4, and I'm going to put them all sort of like in a sequence, but I didn't want them to take the entirety of the 12-inch. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mat them on some blue cardstock. Now the fun thing about this is about us getting ice cream, and Mason got a banana split, and that's going to be the title of this layout. But what the fun part is I'm going to do the sort of split for this layout. That's how I'm going to treat this layout. I'm going to split it right in half. And I don't think I thought of that while I was doing the layout. I just thought of that when I was, getting the video ready, and I'm like, look at that. It's split right in half, and the title of the layout is Banana Split. And so it was kind of funny. And I like to use 3 photos like that, but if you want to change it up, instead of doing 3 4x4s, if you just cut them down a little bit, then it totally changes the look of having 3 photos side by side. I ended up taking that blue pattern paper and I cut it in half at 6 inches, and then the photos fit nicely on it, and I have a nice border all the way around the layout. Now I know this is how I'm going to put this layout together, so I might as well start gluing down instead of wasting a bunch of time moving stuff around. So that is one thing that I do now is, as soon as I know, yeah, that's the direction I want to go, I start gluing down, and I've noticed a huge decrease in the amount of time that it takes me to get a layout done. This layout took me 22 minutes to complete. And my thing, I think I would say, is don't think about it too hard. Once we start thinking, then everything takes way longer than what we want it to take. And I totally get. I'm not saying that, you go to a crop and it's a race and you gotta get as many layouts done as possible. But for me, it is a working weekend. So I'm like, you know what? I'm totally prepared. And what helps me getting these pages done quickly is because I have the pages, in a page kit. I have the photos chosen. I have the journaling all done. I have the title pre-done and put on some wax paper. So when I sit down, the only thing that I had to do was cut apart our digital files and punch out the circles and things like that. But it was still only, 20 minutes once I had that done. I have to say, if I counted me cutting out the digital files and those types of things, then it would have been probably 30 minutes. So that's why next time that I go to a crop, I'm going to make sure that all the digital files that I put in my page kits, they're going to be cut apart and ready to go. Over the years, I've tweaked how I make my page kits, and it has helped me a lot to getting a lot of pages done. And the thing is, I don't just use page kits now while I'm away at crops. I use page kits while I'm in my scrap room, which I have to say, when I started page kits, that was the whole objective, was to, just when I go to crops, then I would bring page kits with me. But now I've noticed that even in my scrap room, it has made my scrapbooking so much more efficient. And I went from years ago, this was at the beginning of when I started scrapbooking. I was doing maybe 14, 15 layouts a year. This was before I had a dedicated space to do my scrapbooking. And then once I got a dedicated space to do my scrapbooking, I saw a significant increase to, let's say, maybe 60 pages a year. And then once I started doing page kits and doing it that way, now I'm well over, I probably average in a year, probably 365 scrapbooking pages in a year. Now, do I scrapbook every day and get a page complete? No, there's a lot of times that I don't get pages completed, and I do other things, right? Like I work on the books I read, I do December daily, and all those other things, and those are on top of layouts. But I totally account that fact to the reason I get so many layouts done is because I make some page kits. Now, I always tell people, do it so that it works for you, because what works for me may not work for you. Some people say, I really need to know what my photos are going to be before I even choose the pattern papers. Well, then start with a stack of photos, divide them in, stacks of what you want to scrap, and then from there choose your pattern papers and then choose your embellishments and still make page kits. Now for me, I always put the pictures almost last. I mean, I put the pictures before I do the journaling and the title, but I've never met a page kit that I can't find a photo for. And sometimes it even looks like I did it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like I actually chose those patterns to go with those specific photos, and I never scrapbook that way because I print my photos in batches. Like I will a lot of times print 400 or 500 photos at a time, and then I start scrapbooking those. And so when I'm putting my page kits together, I just want to make page kits. I don't want to think about photos. I don't want to think about even embellishments at first. I start with the pattern paper, and then I move on to embellishments, and then I move on to the rest of the stuff. Now, I've had several people ask me if you saw my last organization video where I put all my scraps into some iris trays, so I'll answer it here. The reason I did not put it by color and just randomly is because I don't want to scrapbook by color, which I do a lot, but I'm trying to get away from that. So by mixing the pattern papers, when I actually put page kits together, I'm more apt to make sure that I mix the colors. And I don't want to take out 6 containers. I just want to have 1 container out and choose my pattern paper. So I hope that answers that. But that's it. That's going to complete this layout. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.